Hey everyone, and welcome to another GTA 6 video here on the channel. Today I'll be going over the screenshots of the different map locations and seeing what we can find in them. So let's get started with the main area of the map, Vice City. Everything in excess. We're a long way from the 80s, but Vice City is still the sun and fun capital of America. The glamour, hustle, and greed of America captured in a single city. Each neighborhood has something to offer, from the pastel Art Deco hotels and bright white sands of Ocean Beach, to the bustling peanut areas of Little Cuba, to the bootleg brands of the Tishawaka Flea Market, out to the VC Port, the cruise ship capital of the world. And in this first image, we see the beautiful Vice City sign with a plane flying overhead. You can see those volumetric clouds coming over from RDR2. They look almost the exact same as they do in RDR2, and it's going to be such a fun time flying through those with a plane, or maybe even dogfighting high up in the sky. Maybe the clouds will provide some sort of cover or obscurity, and you can use that to your advantage in a dogfight. The trees in this shot are super dense, and you really get the feeling of sitting on a balcony in Miami just looking out to the water from high up. It's also a good showcase of just how good the skin texture is in this game and how they display the age of the person, because clearly this lady is a bit on the older side here. Some of my favorite shots are the ones where it just shows giant portions of the map and just lets you take in the scenery. It reminds me of those I Spy books as a kid, just looking at all the different things happening in this one image. In the lower right corner, it looks like a Karen Sultan is being pulled over by the police, and they have a police truck getting the suspect on his knees. And on the same road, there's a new van. They're returning gal van to their baller, and it's kind of hard to make out this vehicle, but it might be a Coquette. What's really interesting though is what's going on the left side of the shot. They're playing basketball. Now that would be a cool minigame to have in GTA 6. And just looking out into the distance, how far you were able to see, I cannot wait to explore this map. So these two guys are actually the same guys we saw in trailer 1. You can tell that by the chain being the exact same. And comparing them from trailer 1 to trailer 2, they look a ton better in trailer 2. Or in the screenshot here, as opposed to trailer 1 rather. It just goes to show you what 2 years of development time can do. And this guy is showing off his girl. Maybe that will be a customization option for our new GTA Online characters. RDR2 did have teeth customization after all. This image does a great job of displaying the different body types and just the different types of people that congregate at the beach. You have the old couple walking down with the guy staring at the woman sunbathing. The guy with the metal detector also has a big gut, and he's also looking at the lady sunbathing. The lifeguard Blazer will be making a return here. And the lifeguard tower looks to have an actual interior this time that we can probably go into. These two guys in the background are playing catch with a football at the beach, so just way more varied activity at the beach compared to GTA 5's where it's just people sitting or laying down. These ladies here are getting detained, likely for dancing on top of the police cruiser, and this is the clearest shot of the Buffalo STX cop car we've seen so far, and it really wouldn't surprise me if we somehow see this cop car added in the next GTA Online update before GTA 6. The Ocean View Hotel is in the background. This is right outside of the hotel actually where they're being arrested. I just really can't get enough of how good the lighting and shadowing looks, and just the entire game. In the background, there's a yellow taxi van that looks to be based on a Dodge Caravan, which we don't have in GTA 5 at the moment, so it's most likely a new van. In this shot, we see some very detailed assets, and more specifically, some very detailed sweat physics in one of the strip clubs. I mean, what else is there to say about this scene, really? And this is one of my favorite pictures of Vice City, a nice nighttime high-up shot. The main attraction in the middle is called the Sahara Arena, and this is based on the Kaseya Center where the Miami Heat play. But in the GTA universe, the basketball team is called the Vice City Narcos. And if you remember this scene from the trailer where Jason and Lucy are driving down the highway at night, well, the road that they're on is this highway that goes right next to the Sahara Arena. There's also the Vice City Arts Center, the Sumerian, and a concert hall, all close by each other. This green vehicle might be the same one we saw in the trailer, that green new Pegasi vehicle. In the very back of the photo, behind the Ferris wheel, it blends in so well, but this is actually a giant cruise ship, which will be insane to explore, especially if it has an interior to it. Or imagine if the cruise ship actually moves too, just like the giant passenger planes that fly up in the sky. The giant cruise ships will appear in the water from time to time. That would be very cool. And for the final shot of Vice City, there's a Nagasaki Outlaw with some custom rims, some dirt bikes, a Street Blazer, a Vajero ZX convertible, and the red car is a new sedan of some kind. And the taillight of a Bravado Buffalo can be seen here. It's not the STX, it's the old version, so that will also be returning from GTA 5. And we can't forget about the faction donk front and center with the Gloriana license plate. Moving on to our next key location, no pun intended, it's the Leonetta Keys. Gateway to paradise. The dress code is casual, the bars are loaded. Life in this tropical archipelago isn't flashly, but it's easy. Get your buzz on and pull up a deck chair, but look out. You're right on the doorstep of some of the most beautiful and dangerous waters in all of America. It's going to be so fun getting lost in the map of GTA 6. This shot does a great job of just displaying how big and vast the map is. Look how far this is away from the city. The draw distance here is nuts. And boats will actually have some uses this time because there's water in between the sections of the map as opposed to GTA 5 where it's just one big island surrounded by water. And you already know these parts on the bridge are going to have some stunt jumps on them. Just imagine flooring it at 200 miles an hour with a supercar down there. The seaplane makes a return, which we already knew from the trailer, the very first trailer of GTA 6. I'm really hoping the mobility scooter is a vehicle that we can actually drive because that would just be hilarious doing drive-bys with it or just fooling around with friends using these. There's some more of the wildlife here with the iguana walking across the road. There's people posing for a picture on the whale in the background. The bus is likely the same model as the tour bus we have now in the game in GTA 5. This is one of the bars located in the Leonetta Keys, and bro is absolutely wasted after drinking all those beers. Just passed out on the picnic table. I just love seeing the different activities all the NPCs are doing. Like, it actually feels like it's a world that's lived in. And we haven't even gotten to the underwater life. The underwater exploration is something you don't immediately think of, especially when we were overwhelmed with everything else that we got in the last few days. But the underwater life and underwater exploration, I'm sure, is going to be vastly improved. I'm sure we'll also see manatees because they also live in the Florida waters. And I'm sure Rockstar will hide some crazy stuff underwater like they did with the UFOs in GTA 5 as well. For the final picture of the Leonetta Keys, we see a ton of water activity with all these boats on the water. And one of the boats is called the Dinka Lure Predator. There's a big yacht out in the middle there, and everyone is just out there living life. In the background, there's one of the bridges that is likely the same one from the other screenshot of the Keys, just from a different orientation. And if this much boat activity is happening all the time in GTA 6, it's actually going to be fun to use boats again. Moving on to Port Gellhorn, this is Leonida's forgotten coast. Cheap motels, shut down attractions, and empty strip malls won't bring the tourists back, but there's a new economy in this once popular vacation spot. It's fueled by malt liquor, painkillers, and truck stop energy drinks. Jump on a dirt bike and hold on to your wallet. Our first screenshot is of the Starlit Motel, and this place actually has some significance to it. If you've seen the leaks from 2022, a few of those leaked videos showed this place off both the interior and the outer area by the pool. So at some point in the story, maybe Jason and Lucia will come out here to hide from the heat or something, and this ends up being one of the game's properties at that point, or safe houses. But it's a pretty rundown and kind of dive motel from the looks of it. The truck in the foreground, I believe, is a new truck. It doesn't look familiar to me. And this shot does a good job of just showcasing lighting as it gets dark in the game. Towards the right side of the screen, it's very dark because there's no direct lighting over there. But underneath the one street light, it's really bright, and that just bounces off around the entire scene. It just looks super realistic. A lot of the times, games at nighttime can still look bright and unnatural and kind of washed out, but that doesn't seem to be the case with GTA 6. If there's no light around, it looks like the game is going to be very dark. This whole area looks like it's going to be a pretty rough part of town. These two guys look pretty pissed off. It looks like it's in some sort of grow house. You can see some of the UV lighting bouncing off this countertop and just the overabundance of green plants as well. And that continues into this shot with those same vibes with a drug deal going down. She's handing him the product, and the dude in the background is making sure nothing suspicious takes place with his arms crossed. And my god, the car interior detail. Look at the texture work on the door. It's almost perfect to what a car interior actually looks like. Here's an image of a parking lot of a strip club in Port Gellhorn called Delight's Cabaret. There's a few vehicles in this screenshot. This is an Albany Emperor, it looks like. The Karen vehicle, I swear, is a vehicle from an older GTA game, but I just cannot put my finger on it. I spent literally a half hour trying to find this, and I couldn't find the name of it. So maybe it is a new vehicle after all, or maybe I'm just tripping, but it looks so familiar for some reason. If anyone in the comments knows, please post it down there and let me know. The vehicle driving down the middle of the parking lot is the Phoenix based on its overall shape, and the reflections bouncing off of the Phoenix look incredible. The rest of the vehicles in this shot, however, I believe are new. And our final Port Gellhorn screenshot is of this bonfire, except these two are doing something else away from the bonfire. I don't want to know where she's about to put that hand. They're leaning on a Vapid vehicle truck that kind of looks like the Firebolts, just very dirty. And one thing that has stood out to me from the beginning of seeing this game is just the variety of NPCs, from body types to clothing. It's not just a few different NPCs that we're getting with just a few different styles of clothing. Everyone looks like a different person, which goes such a long way to make it feel immersive. The next location is Ambrosia. In the heart of Leonida, American industry and old school values still reign supreme. whatever the cost. The allied Crystal Sugar Refinery provides the jobs, while the local biker gang provides almost everything else. So here we are going to run into this biker gang. There's even a shot in the trailer where Jason and Lucia are seen interacting with them in some sort of way. I'm not sure what the name of the biker gang is, but all of their jackets say Final Chapter Ambrosia on them. I don't know if that's the name of the MC. It doesn't seem like it would be. That's kind of a weird name. The billboard at the top says Proud Allies of Diversity and Treats. So we're going to be seeing a lot of those billboards that have that classic Rockstar humor on them. As you guys know, the billboards in GTA 5 has some crazy and outlandish stuff on them. The van in the back here looks to be a burrito van, as it has more of a boxy look to it. The truck, however, might be a new one. It almost looks like a Riata, but I think the taillights are a bit different, and it also looks wider than the Riata as well, but I could be wrong. Maybe it is one after all. Here we see another member of the biker gang. This guy has the rank of an enforcer, and his beard looks super detailed. Hopefully we can put these kinds of beards on our own character. The heavy revolver will also be making a return here from GTA 5. But it does look to have a new manufacturer to it as opposed to the one in GTA 5. And I bet it's probably got a nice new and improved sound as well. It's interesting, he has a hat that reads Liberty City Cycles. Maybe he has some affiliation there, or it could just be a hat that he wears for fun. If there is one picture that perfectly shows off lighting in this game, it's this one. The sun shining through the clouds and smoke particle effects as it sets in the distance, giving that great yellowish orange glow to the sky. And it just shows the size and scale of the map too. I don't know if that's Vice City in the background in the skyline, or if it's just an illusion with the clouds. As they said in the description for Ambrosia, this is a place where factory work takes place, so that's probably the sugar refinery plant that they were describing. This nighttime shot shows some more of that. You can see a lot of smokestacks in this one. This definitely looks like it's going to be the main industrial area of GTA 6. And it looks like bikini car washes are a thing in GTA 6, because why not, I guess. This is another really good look at the upgraded car interiors. We can't tell what kind of car this is because his arm conveniently blocks the center of the steering wheel where the logo would likely be, but with the interior looking that good, I would imagine it's one of the nicer sports cars. Now we get into one of my favorite areas that they've shown us so far, Mount Kalaga National Park. A national landmark up against the state's northern border, Mount Kalaga offers prime hunting, fishing, and off-road trails, and the lush surrounding backwoods, hillbilly mystics, and paranoid radicals live far from the prying eyes of the government. If you were worried that GTA 6 wasn't going to have some variety in its map because there's no mountains in Vice City, well, this just completely silenced those fears. And this might be my favorite screenshot out of all 70, honestly. The landscape looks amazing. Just driving through this area, listening to the in-game radio, that's going to be such a just great moment. It's clearly way outside of the city. They said it's on the northern border of the state, which means that potentially this is Georgia. We got some dirt bikes and four-wheelers slinging up mud as they drive off-road, and a raccoon running on the left side of the screen. The clothing the characters wear gets dirty in a very detailed way. Not only are the shirt and pants dirty, but the goggles and helmet have visual mud stains on them. The helicopter detail from the news chopper is next level. It's definitely a massive step up from GTA 5, all the way down to the finer details on the rotor blade itself. And once again, there is no city skyline in sight, just nature, which just contrasts so nicely with the busy city nightlife of Vice City. This is probably the best picture of the foliage within GTA 6. I thought Red Dead Redemption 2 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 did nature and foliage really well. This looks like a massive step up from those games. These hunters are walking to get their game that they just took down. They both have bolt-action rifles with scopes, so another new weapon we can look forward to using. And I imagine in this part of the map, we're going to see some really crazy and deranged individuals just living out in the nature and cabins and stuff in the woods. Here's another picture of some wildlife. The deer are getting some water, and the cougar is there watching and waiting. And it looks like there's some ray tracing going on here with the deer being reflected onto the water. I mean, if you slapped on the National Geographic logo to this picture, I would think it's a real-life photo of nature and wildlife, honestly. And are we actually going to be getting food chains in GTA 6 where the cougar hunts down deer just naturally in its habitat? Maybe that's getting a bit too out of hand. And our final photo of Mount Kalaga National Park is of this person kayaking. There's a train going over atop of the bridge there, which means we will all figure out even more ways to stop the train. It's interesting they chose to put this flood gauge sign in the picture. Is this game going to have dynamic weather that causes natural flooding if it rains in certain spots too much? Imagine this flood gauge rises up after a huge downfall of rain, and you see visible flooding in the surrounding area. I can totally see Rockstar Games wanting to do something like that. I can definitely see myself just getting lost in this area of the map though. GTA 5 has its massive mountains and desert area north of the city, but this looks like true wilderness with the amount of foliage and tree density visible in these screenshots. Last but not least, we have the grass rivers, aka the Everglades. You never know what lies beneath the surface of this primordial expanse. The gators may be the most famous attraction, but there are far deadlier predators and weirder discoveries among the mangroves. This picture perfectly depicts the kind of people we're going to be seeing in the grass rivers. Some wild looking thrill seekers and hunters. On an airboat, they've hunted an alligator and a cougar, it looks like. We do see 2 new weapons in this shot. Both rifles with different scopes. This one has a smaller scope with a camouflage pattern on the gun. It kind of looks like an M14. It's mag-fed, but I don't see a bolt on it, so it's likely just a semi-auto rifle. And the other gun has a larger scope on it, but it's a much different looking rifle, also with a camouflage pattern though. This one looks very similar to the cut assault sniper from GTA 5 that never saw the light of day. Maybe here in GTA 6 it finally gets added. If there's one shot that showcases just how big the map is, it's this one. Look at how far away the city is from this location here. It's mind-blowing you can even see the city from this far away. The draw distance is just that far. But because we can see the city from here, you can also just gauge how far away this is. And on the right side of the screen, the same thing. That's likely Ambrosia over there on that side of the map, where those smokestacks are. All of these pictures where you can just see way in the distance are my favorites because they just let you sit back and go, wow. This map is huge. Here's a pretty terrifying moment if this were to happen in real life. The airboat is surrounded by 3 alligators closing in, but luckily this guy's got a double-barreled shotgun. It has a very distinct 2 barrels that you can see upon zooming in, as well as a wood-colored stock, so just a textbook double-barreled shotgun. And the final screenshot of the video is this bravado bison hauling a pack of dead alligators through the Everglades, being chased by the cops through the water, and a helicopter follows them closely behind. So the cops will actually make an attempt to chase you through the harsher conditions based on this photo. Normally when you go off-road, the cops will not really follow you at all. They won't give you much chase. In GTA 5, the helicopter has to be the one that kind of spots you and follows you as you go off-road. But here the cop is right on their tail. I can't tell what kind of weapon this guy in the back of the truck is holding. He's holding it up with one hand, so it can't be anything super heavy. Maybe it's an SMG. If you look closely, there's also a flamingo hidden well right here. And if you've played RDR2, the grass rivers and the Everglades are going to feel very similar to the Bayou and the La Gras region. Similar wildlife, similar landscapes, which probably also means this place at nighttime is going to be creepy as hell, just like the Bayou in RDR2 was, if you remember the night folk coming out. But those are all the screenshots for the locations in GTA 6. Going into this trailer and info drop, I was worried just how varied the map is going to be. But after seeing this, I'm not worried one bit anymore. The map looks amazing in every single screenshot. Everything just looks fantastic, and I cannot wait to explore this map and find all of its secrets. Let me know your thoughts on GTA 6's map down in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel for more GTA 6 content. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.